thank you so much for joining Digital Things this month. Really excited to hear about what the priorities for the Water Environment Federation are. Can you take it just a second and introduce yourself and who you are to our audience?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Steve. So I'm Aimee Killeen. I'm the current WEF president, coming to you live from South Louisiana today, where it is a chilly 55 degrees, hence the nice sweater I have on. So thank you for having me. I work for Providence Engineering. I'm the COO there with a water background.
Well, that's awesome. And you and I got to work together a little bit when I was the Speaker of the House for WEF on a new strategic plan. And the board has been very focused on implementing that strategic plan. So tell us a little bit about what you all have coming up for 2024 and how we can get involved in helping you.
Yeah, so we did quite a bit with the strategic plan last year. We rolled it out at WEFTEC 2022. One of the big things we did accomplish last year fairly quickly was the Circular Water Economy Summit. That was one of the big things we wanted to do. We recognize, and everywhere we go, a lot of the member associations, national, international events, circular water is a big topic, right? And especially for me, as you know, I don't do a lot of municipal wastewater work. I spend most of my time in industrial. And that's big for me, right? You know, circular water, recognizing that there's other people and there's other things we do every day. Turn on the light switch, our car, everything we do requires water. Having this conversation requires a data center somewhere near me, somewhere near you, using tons of water for cooling. So the recognition that everything we do has a process and part of the water system is really important to me in telling that other part of the water story. So absolutely, the circular water economy is something we will continue to do. We're committed. We have a date for that conference this summer. It's in mid-June. July. It's going to be in Dallas. And the other things we have coming up this year is, our workforce. That continues to be a struggle for a lot of our utilities, even our small municipalities. So WEF isn't in necessarily. We do a lot of things for workforce, but that isn't our focus. So from the strategic planning perspective, one of our values is to collaborate. So we are committed to working and collaborating with other people to expand our workforce, to get our message out there so people know this workforce exists, right? And then lastly, with the purpose-driven community. So we've been doing a really good job over the last year and a half of telling our water stories, but it's also telling water's story, right? So it's not just saying how we have a connection to water, it's taking it to the next step. Water only talks to us when it floods, when we have a sewer overflow, when our toilet backs up. Water only tells its story during very unpleasant and bad conditions most of the time. It's our job as a sector to tell the rest of the water story, right? That we bring water to your house so you can drink, so you can flush your toilets. We take it away and clean it so you can put it back in the stream. But like I said before, it's that other part of the water story of telling people, hey, look, every time you flip on the light switch, that required millions and millions of gallons of water to get that electricity to you. Your car is made with steel and plastics that required a lot of water to go into making those things so that you can be safe in your car, right? So it's telling the rest of the water story, and not just about bringing water, drinking water, and flushing toilets. It's telling the larger water story that we're going to continue to focus on through the year.
Obviously, the highlight of the year is always the annual conference, WEFTEC. And you get
Absolutely.
the unique circumstance of being the president of the federation and having WEFTEC in your home state. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means to you and invite us to your conference, I guess?
Yeah, so I'm excited for this year. It just happened to work out this way, right? To where y'all will come and I will get to have be on stage at the opening general session in my home state, not far from where I live. I'm excited, right? I hope to get a lot of my family and coworkers and clean water professionals from Louisiana there to see and to experience what WEFTEC is about, who normally wouldn't come, right? So that is definitely one of the things I'm working on between now and then. I also am excited to continue in Ifataya's tradition to tell a few more water stories at the opening general session, right? Water is a big part of our life here in South Louisiana. You know, hurricanes, floods, you know, we're frequently on the news. The Weather Channel comes here quite a bit. And I want to tell people, you know, our water story and why water is important to our way of life here, right? So I am excited. Not quite sure of the details yet, but I'm hoping everybody gets to come to warm, sunny Louisiana. And I guess it's October this year.
It is one of the best cities to come visit in New Orleans. It's one of the best conferences every other year that happens. And now that you teased it, I expect to see Jim Cantori there on stage, letting us know the weather is amazing and there will be no
Fine.
hurricanes.